Hello everyone, Lara from Complete Test Success. Another live stream here today on Tuesday. So today we're looking at IELTS writing task 2. So task 2 is the same for general training and academic IELTS. So whatever version of the IELTS test you're doing, this is relevant for you. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to show you a question. I'm going to give you some tasks and we will construct an essay, or at least as much of an essay as we can within 1 hour. That's essentially it. Obviously, if you have questions as we're going through the lesson, feel free to ask. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to write the paraphrase for the question. So that's where you take the question statement, you rewrite it in your own words. Now, the most important thing is that your paraphrase has the same meaning as the question statement. So don't change the meaning. Change some words. If you cannot think of a synonym for a word in the question, it's probably best to use the word in the question. Change the words you can change. Don't take any risks. Make sure that it has the same meaning. That's the most important thing. Hi, Ahmed. Welcome to the lesson. Hey, Gaurav. Doing good? Doing good. Thank you. Fakrul. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi, Farah. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's get started. Here is the question for you guys today. Some argue that it's best if companies manufacture expensive products that last a long time, while others say it's better to make cheap products that everyone can afford. So you need to rewrite that in your own words, and most importantly, do not change the meaning. Okay. Hi, Ahmad. Hi, Akbar. Doing good. Thanks for asking. Mirwise, hello to you. Hey, Bincy. Doing good, Bincy. Try and get involved today, Bincy. So I know you're always here, but you rarely participate. So try to get involved. You'll learn more from the lesson. Hi, Manpreet. Karan, sir, my institute, my teacher gave me a score like 6 from task 2 and 3 from task 1. Yeah, well, I mean, that's possible. That's possible for sure. But as long as you understand what mistakes you made, you should be able to improve on that. Hi, Shiny. Welcome back. Hi, Hadi. Imad, hello. What's happening to your face? It is red. Yeah, that's a spot, Gaurav. Karan. And as I have been in YouTube, they give 9 in task 2. I don't understand this now, Karan. Task 192. Yeah, the maximum score you can get is a band 9. Hi, Yasin. Sushil, hello. Welcome to the lesson. Okay, good to see you all here. My internet isn't fantastic today for some reason. I'm not sure exactly the problem, but it should not stop us from learning. So we'll just stay focused on the task and write the paraphrase for the question, as in this part of the question here. Rewrite that in your own words. Hi, Afsal. Welcome to the lesson. Good to see you here too. Okay, B. Winkle is after getting in here quickly. B. Winkle says, many say that it is for the betterment, that's not really a word we would use, the betterment of everyone if companies create inexpensive goods to make these affordable for everyone. Good. Meanwhile, some say, so we would, when we're talking about two groups, we'll always say some and others to make it clear that they're different groups of people. Meanwhile, others say, would be okay. Meanwhile, others say that products of good quality ought to be manufactured in order to attain durability. So what you're missing is expensive. The fact that not just that they're good quality, but that they're expensive. So you're missing that part of the paraphrase there, B. Winkle. Good morning, Queen. Welcome. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the rest of you, I'm going to take B. Winkle's and I'm going to add it to our document here. Okay. So many say that it is better for everyone if companies create inexpensive goods that make their products, that make them affordable to everyone. While, and this is what I'm saying, we have to say others, just to make it clear that it's, not the same people. While others say that products, and now the word that you were missing was the word expensive. So this here is it's an important part of the question, so we can't ignore that. So expensive products. And now you're saying to attain durability and of good quality. I think we just go with one. So say that expensive products of good quality ought to be manufactured. And there's no need to say that twice. So we'll just delete that. Okay, so that would be our paraphrase there. Otuka, good morning to you. Welcome. Queen Maureen, production of low quality goods are preferred by people due to its affordability, while others, so we'll have to say some people, are preferred by some people due to their affordability, while others are of the opinion, you've spelt that incorrectly, opinion, that great quality goods that last longer are best. So again, say that they're expensive. It's not just good quality, it's the fact that we're spending more money on them to ensure that they're good quality. Imad, some people believe in high quality products, whereas others think about affordability only. You don't have all the information there, especially the fact that the high quality products are more expensive. Okay, we've seen this one already. Shiny, it is often argued that if organizations create expensive goods that are durable, it is a good idea, while others are of the opinion that affordable products are better to produce, which are cheaper. Well, you've said that they're affordable, so you don't need to say that they're cheaper a second time. But besides that, that's good. Producing goods that last for long periods is a subject that divides the public opinion nowadays. No, don't add a background statement. That's not necessary. Some people feel that it is more convenient to make expensive products that last longer, whereas others argue that it is imperative to manufacture affordable products so that everyone can buy them. So yeah, mainly it's grammar and vocab mistakes that we're looking at here. Okay, so I have a lot of paraphrases in. What I'm going to do, just to keep the lesson moving, I'm going to give you your next task. I realize I haven't corrected everybody's paraphrases yet, so I will continue to do that. But if you've already submitted your paraphrase, what you can do is move on to this next task. So what main ideas can we use? What main ideas can we use? So in total, we're going to need 3 main ideas. So do send in the comments, do send me the 3 main ideas you would use in your essay. So 3 main ideas, and I will continue with giving feedback on the paraphrases. Okay. Hi, Sathisha. Good to see you back. Okay, some argue that it is better to manufacture expensive products that last a long time by companies. No, it is better for companies to manufacture expensive products that last a long time. But others think it is best to prepare cheaper products. I'd just say manufacture, produce, make, but prepare isn't an accurate way of saying this. Cheaper products because everyone can afford, and then you need the subject. Everyone can afford, sorry, you need the pronoun. Everyone can afford them. Akbar, the importance of goods quality was always debatable, has now become more controversial. No, none of this is what the question says. So you just, in your paraphrase, you need to repeat what the question says. Don't change the meaning. So none of the information from the question is in your paraphrase. So it's not successful. Okay, Mirwais. It is widely believed that manufacturing less expensive goods is vital. And there's a reason for that in the question. It says to make them affordable to everyone. So you need to include that information. Remember, your paraphrase should have the same meaning as the question. So if you've left something out, it won't have the same meaning. However, some people say, including me, okay, so some people, including me, say that it would be better to make cheap products, which are, well, what would make them easy to buy might be availability. So we're talking about price, make them cheaper to buy. Hi, Sally. Many people think that companies produce expensive stuff that lasts for a long time. So it's not that they do it, it's that they should do it. So it's, what we're talking about, what the company should and should not do. So you would need to include that. But there are other people of the opinion that there should be cheaper ones available for poor folk. That's poor folk would be informal. And again, it didn't say that in the question. It said affordable for everyone. Not, I guess that's what it's implying. Actually, you're right. That is what it's implying. Sushil, there is an argument between the two group of people about the product quality and their cost. No. So just paraphrase what the question says. So like you've done in the next sentence. Some people support producing expensive products which last a long time, rather than having cheap ones. Whereas is one word, and you need a comma before that. So comma, whereas others say that cheaper products are best because of their affordability. Yep. And then you need a full stop at the end there, Sushil. Gaurav, it is believed by some individuals that it is best if businesses make exorbitant commodities. Oh, sorry, I just have a little notification I need to turn off there. It is believed by some individuals that it is best if businesses make exorbitant. Exorbitant isn't necessarily expensive. Exorbitant is like ridiculously expensive. It's not just about being expensive. So yes, I mean the words are connected, but they don't have the same meaning. In contrast, another group of people believe that manufacturing cheap items which can be purchased. Okay, so other groups believe that manufacturing cheap items which can be purchased by everybody, not every inhabitant, everybody, is better. So you need to have that. Emad, in my opinion, I firmly believe that commodities should be in a good quality and in a reasonable price. Okay, so your opinion is relevant to the question. But what I would say is it's like, so there are already two views presented. Now, and you're right, what you are talking about, the situation. So some group are saying it's better to have expensive products that are good quality. Other people are saying it's better to have cheap products because then everybody can afford them. Now, you're normally, well, what I would suggest to my students, what I'm suggesting to you is to go with one side. So say like, I agree with this group of people, or I agree with this group of people. But you've come in with a third opinion, which doesn't agree with either group. You're kind of sitting in the middle. Now, when you go to support that opinion, it's going to be more difficult. So what you can do what you're doing, but an easier answer will be going with either side and then explaining why it is that you agree with. So let's say you say this group believe this because of A, I believe, or the other group believes this because of B, and then you're coming in with your own opinion and you're going, and furthermore, I also believe this opinion because of, and then you'll have idea C. So your third idea will be the idea to support your opinion will be supporting this one of those sides. It's an easier essay to write. So you're not wrong to use this as your opinion, but it's going to be harder to get a good score. As well as that, Imad, you are going to need to work on your punctuation, capital letters, spacing, commas, full stops, all of that stuff is going to need work. Delouis, hello to you. Akbar, the importance of good quality was always debatable, has now become more controversial, with many people claiming that it is beneficial while others reject this notion. No. So you're changing the question. It has to have the exact same meaning. Your question, your paraphrase has to have the exact same meaning as the question. So basically, some argue that it is best if companies manufacture expensive products that last a long time. So that is not in your paraphrase. So if you're not saying the same thing, it's not a paraphrase. You're just talking about the topic. You're not paraphrasing the question. So this is not suitable. Businesses will collapse due to a lack. So that's LACK, due to a lack of demand. So I'm not sure which view you're supporting. So can you just make it more clear which group of people you think would say that? While some people say that companies should make high quality products with high prices, others argue that products should be available for everyone to buy them. Well, the products would still be available for everyone to buy them. The problem is that some people could not afford them. So we're not talking about availability, we're talking about affordability. Those are different things, Tota. Sushil, sir, you skipped mine. I'm pretty sure I saw yours. Maybe you wrote that before I got to it. There are a lot of comments here, Sushil. On the first hand, it helps to increase a country's economy. On the other hand, it is affordable for poor individuals. So we cannot use the main idea from the question. So it said we should make cheap products that everyone can afford. So you can't say, some people think that we should make cheap products that everyone can afford because everyone can afford them. That's you can't use your main idea can't come from what the question says. It has to be something that you have generated by yourself. So that doesn't work. On the other hand, sorry, and then the next part, I believe that it is prominent to make item according to quality of the item. Okay, but then again, you're not saying why. So why do people? So essentially, what we're saying when we're generating our ideas, what main ideas can we use? So it's going to be, why do some people think this? Why do some people think it's best if companies do this? And why do other people think it's best if companies do this? So, we can't say because they last a long time. It's they're saying that that's the situation already. And again, we can't say everyone can afford it because that's what people believe. So now we need to say why they believe it. So, we can't repeat part of the question as part of the explanation. That won't work. Okay, so at this point, I know there are a lot of people still submitting the paraphrases, but just to move on with the lesson, we've been here 20 minutes. I'm going to just focus on main ideas from now on. So we'll just move on to this part of the lesson, main ideas only from now on. Okay, Sathija, expensive products have higher quality standard. So we've already said that they last a longer time. So that's already you've taken your idea from the question. You have to generate your own ideas. So just as I was just saying a minute ago, cheap products would buy everyone that makes social equality among all. Okay, so social equality, there's one we can use. And number 3, in my view, I think both expensive and cheap products should be prepared. I'm going to go, you're not wrong, but I would prefer for our opinion to go with one of the views. So like I said, I'm not going to look at any more paraphrases. I'm just going to look at the ideas. Hi, Hanan. Okay, Shiny. Less consumerism if products are durable. Good. Everyone will benefit if products are cheaper. That's too vague. Why will everyone benefit? So, your idea needs to be relevant and it needs to be specific. So it is relevant, but it's not specific. So the reason why it will benefit everyone is going to be the reason you would use in your essay. So at the moment, that second one is vague. Okay, Jatinder, I think costly goods with long durability is a one-time investment. However, pocket-friendly goods reduce the need for poor people. Okay. So I think your first idea is like what we say, it was cheaper in the long run. Your second idea isn't clear. The vocab isn't clear. So cheaper goods reduce the need for the poor people, like reduce the need for what? Or that bit isn't clear. Okay, Mirwais. Lack of demand, business collapse, high price, people look for low price, people get bored to use it for a long time, easy to buy. Everyone can buy a lot of customer from every level of community, make more profit, business boom due to high demand, being competitive. So you've too many ideas here, Mirwais. So this is more like, this would be when you're first planning your essay, you would write down your ideas like this. But after that, you need to go through these ideas and make sure they're all relevant. If any are irrelevant, you would remove them. Make sure they're all specific. If they're not specific, you need to check them more carefully and analyze why you think that would work. So by that I would mean like we had here, everyone will benefit. That's a vague idea. So you ask yourself, why will everyone benefit? And the answer to that question will give you a specific idea that you can use. So at the moment, you have too many ideas. You need to pinpoint which 3 you will use for your essay. So sorry, now I'm just trying to find, so there's still a lot of paraphrases, but like I said, I'm just going to skip them. I want to focus on the ideas right now. Have high quality products that last long time is good for the environment. Yep, good. Okay, so we have enough ideas. So let's just add these here. So there's a combination of ideas from different people. So people who prefer expensive products want to protect the environment, because obviously, if we're producing fewer products, there's less waste and less rubbish. While those who prefer cheap products want to promote social equality. I personally prefer more expensive products because they are cheaper in the long run. What I'm saying by they're cheaper in the long run is I'm saying that, instead of buying something that breaks many times and then I have to replace it. So, if I buy a cheap product, like let's say, for example, my brain isn't working very well. If I buy a cheap phone and it breaks every 6 months, so I have to buy a new one every 6 months, or I buy an expensive phone and it lasts me for 10 years. So ultimately, even though I'm spending more money on the expensive phone, because it lasts me longer, it's cheaper. So those would be perfect. Those would be our ideas. Now, I want to focus on the first idea. People who prefer expensive products want to protect the environment. So we're going to focus on this idea. I'm going to have to make the text a little bit smaller so we can see everything at the same time. In particular for anyone who comes along late, just so that everyone can see what we're looking at. Okay, that works. Okay, so my question now is, or my next task for you is this. So focusing on that idea of protecting the environment, I want you to tell me, how will we develop this idea? So don't worry if you're not finished the paraphrase, if you're not finished the main ideas, don't worry. We're moving forward and we're all going to move forward together in this lesson. So that's your task. People who prefer expensive products want to protect the environment. How will we develop this idea? While you're doing that task, I'll take a look at another few of your main ideas. Hi, Sean Chung. So, Sean, so far you've paraphrased the question, and then it says, in my opinion, I agree with the second school of thought, because even though some people can buy cheap products, costly items that are long-lasting are more cost-efficient and eco-friendly. So the way you have two ideas, that they're more cost-effective and they're eco-friendly. But the way you've written it is you focused completely on your opinion. Now, the question says discuss both views. So what you'll need to do is say the first group of people think this because of whatever reason. The second group of people think this because of the second reason. And it's important that you discuss the two groups independent from your opinion. So you don't want to say, here are two groups of people, and this is what I think, and these are two reasons why I think this. If you just focus on your own opinion like this, you're not answering the question. So it's very important that you do discuss both views and your opinion, not just your opinion. You won't get a good score. You won't get a good task achievement score with both of your ideas supporting your opinion. So one idea for the first view, one idea for the second view, one idea for your opinion. That's the way to get a good score. Dimitri, more study long-lasting products means less waste. Good. Better ecology. Yep. Goods. So number 2, goods are more affordable means people are happier. Good. Because their needs are satisfied to a greater degree. Good. That's good, Dimitri. So we just need one more idea to support your opinion. So you've done well here, but you still need that third idea. So I know a lot of you, I'm very familiar with most of you here, actually. I know you're regular students to my lessons, but there are a few new faces. So just let me share my live feedback lessons with you guys. So these are my lessons on Zoom every week. They're for my email subscribers. So they're my free live feedback lessons on Zoom. So in that, we go through task 2, task 1 general, task 1 academic, reading, listening, speaking, part 1, part 2, part 3. And then we do Q&As sometimes as well. So if you haven't already signed up for those, you can use that link there in the comments, or you'll also find that same link in the video description. So just click on that link, sign up, and then you'll see the schedule for all of the free live feedback lessons that are coming up. I know a lot of you have already, but just for the newer ones. Okay. So Selig, this is, again, we've discussed this already, but in your opinion, don't come up with something new. Just say, I agree with the first group, or I agree with the second group. That's the way to go. Okay, Gaurav, the former view believe that it will enhance the status of companies. Okay, good. While individuals, for latter opinion, feel that living of poor people will be easier, let's say. However, I consider that expensive products should be made because workers will get a high salary. Good. Yep, all relevant. Good. Mohammed, some people believe that less costly products are easy to afford, but okay, while others argue that expensive. Okay, but no, but that's just, okay, so that's the paraphrase. Sorry, I shouldn't have pulled that up. Okay. Yeah, Mercy, I realize that there isn't time to give everyone feedback. I think the problem would be I would spend the full lesson looking at paraphrases, and we wouldn't learn as much from that. So, for a few minutes, I think 20 minutes on the paraphrase was too much. I should have moved on earlier, to be honest, for the sake of the lesson. Okay, Krish, boosting economy in the long run, good. So boosting the economy, narrow gap of inequality, purchasing power, good. I like that. So like I said, we need 3 ideas, but what you're doing there is good. Farhan, lifetime, not sure what you're referring to there. P2, Tota, because we live in consumer culture and people want to buy the latest brand and modern one. I don't know which view that would support. To me, that could kind of support both of the views. That's not really relevant, actually, Tota. That's not relevant. Okay, Mirwise. Lack of demand. So be careful with the spelling there, Mirwise. It's lack, L-A-C-K. Lack of demand, business collapse. Okay. High price, people look for low price. People get bored, use it for a long time. It's not clear which views your ideas are supporting here. Cheaper things are not durable. Yes, but that's implied in the question already. So that's not a main idea that's relevant at the moment. It becomes boring utilizing the expensive item for a long time, and also if someone steals or loses it, then it becomes an annoying situation. Yes, actually, yes. I wouldn't use that vocabulary, but yes. So it's boring to use the same product for a long time. And if someone steals, or if the product is stolen or lost, it has a more significant financial effect. Let's say that. Expensive products will be kept longer because they are strong. This is already implied in the question. So it says that companies should manufacture expensive products that last a long time. So that first idea you have is actually what the question says. So that's not appropriate. Opinion 2, everyone will have access to cheaper products. Again, that's what the question said. So you can't use what the question says as your main idea. You have to support why people think that, not just repeat what they think. So that both of those have the same issue. Okay, so we looked at this already. We looked at this one already. Okay, so Otuka, some people prefer durable products that last for a long time compared to cheap products that don't last, which can lead to buying it again and again, thereby wasting money and resources. Okay, so cheaper products. So what you want to say is cheaper products are a waste of money because they need to be bought over and over again. Furthermore, I agree with this opinion because I believe it is a waste of resources. So you can use those 2 ideas, but just make sure that you do it in the way we have in the in the introduction on the screen here, where you're saying one idea is to support the first view, one idea is to support the second view, and one idea is to support the opinion. So make sure that you've done it like that. High quality goods that last save the economy. Well, save. So we wouldn't say save the economy. So that collocation isn't accurate. While cheaper goods are low quality, I'm of the opinion that great quality good can be affordable. No, so you haven't a main idea that supports. Well, save the economy doesn't mean anything. That's the problem. cheaper goods are of low quality. That's implied in the question. And again, your opinion is not going with either view. And like I said, you can do that. It's not that you can't have an opinion about the topic that's different from the two views, but an easier essay to write is when you stick with the two views. Deep Gill, less manufacturing, less waste, less production, less pollution. Yep, those are all relevant, but again, you only need to choose two, but you still need an idea for the other view. So what you have is 1, 2, 3, 4 ideas, but you need two, and then you have no ideas for the other view. So some things you're doing well, but this is not enough for your essay. Okay, that is to say that when expensive products will last longer, people will not buy new things, and this will lead to less consumerism in society, and they will not be throwing things away unnecessarily. Okay, so we've moved on to, this is the first response to the question that I have here. So this, how can we develop this idea? So this is the first response to this part of the lesson from Shiny. So from now on, I'm only going to look at responses to this. So how can we develop the idea? This is to say, okay, so yes, Shiny, that is good. It's too short, but it is good. It is relevant. Okay, Gaurav, to elaborate, if products are costly, lesser items will be bought, as poor people will not be able to purchase them. Hence, there will be less waste after usage of these commodities. So I think the idea is that they're lasting longer, and therefore, okay, no, you're saying less people are buying them, so it's better for the environment because there are fewer of them being produced, and that's better for the environment. No, so that's also relevant. I would have gone with Shiny's approach, that because they need to be replaced less often. But just because that's my idea doesn't mean that it needs to be your idea. So no, what you said is correct. Good. IELTS student says IELTS writing task 1. Yep, we'll be looking at task 1 sometime in the next few weeks. I can't remember exactly which lesson. Hey, Decky, good to see you back here. Gaurav, yep. So I have I just have a big list of comments all together. So I'm just making my way down through them. So I am on very rare occasions the software doesn't show up the comment, but that's genuinely very rare. But what I am doing is I'm going to skip. So I'm not looking at any more paraphrases. I'm not looking at any more main ideas. I'm only looking at this task. So just to kind of keep you all up to date with what I'm doing. Okay, Sathija. High quality, expensive products protect our environment because they are made out of eco-friendly chemical compounds from their foundation steps. We don't know that. We don't know if they are made of these things or not. All we know is that they last longer. So maybe these expensive products are made of, chemical compounds that are bad for the environment. We don't have that information. So we can't change the topic. We've been given the topic and we must discuss the topic that we've been given. As a result, the products would decompose naturally without influencing another synthetic methodologies. So no, we can't do that. We can't change the topic. All we know is that they're more expensive and they last longer. So all we can talk about is the fact that they last longer, and in some way lasting longer protects the environment. We cannot add this thing about what they're made from. So just be careful with that. It's not up to us to decide what the products are being made from, or if they're being made from, what did you say? Eco-friendly materials or not. We don't know that. All we know is that they last longer. So don't change the topic like that, Sathija. Also, I can see that your English, Sathija has been following me for pretty much since I started, for a very, very long time. Sathija, I can see that the improvement in your English is it's very significant. You know, from when you started, you've obviously been working hard. That's very clear in your writing. One thing I would say is don't try to use the most complicated words. Like at the end, you're saying without influencing another synthetic methodologies. Here you're using words that you're not able to use accurately, and it's making your writing less clear. So you've made a lot of progress, but don't force yourself to make mistakes. Sometimes it's best to use the most simple vocab, the easiest way of explaining your idea. So don't always go for the most complicated ways. But having said that, there is a big improvement in your writing. So well done. Farhan says, excellent. So I'm just looking for... Mirwais, you seem to be focused on electric cars. I don't see why. Let me look at your previous bit here. For example, manufacturing electric cars which use battery cost thousands of dollars more than typical petrol car. This isn't relevant at the moment, Mirwais. The goods with long durability neither need any frequent resources for manufacture nor labor. Okay. So it reduces the use of resources, and that's protecting the environment. That makes sense. Obviously, this is too short. So what I'm talking about here, when I say, how can we develop this idea? This would be our body paragraph. So what you've said makes sense, Jatinder. That's appropriate, but obviously it would need to be a bit longer. Sandip, the durability of products results in fewer resource utilization. Yep, that makes sense. Again, the vocab is more complicated than it needs to be. IELTS student, you sent me an email. Yep, perfect. I will look at that later today. I got a bunch of other lessons and stuff going on, so it will be a few hours before I get back to you. But yep, definitely, that's perfect. Mercy. So we're talking about protecting the environment, not protecting lives. So just, it's very easy to go off topic with these questions, but you have to be very, very focused. And that's the difference between a good task achievement score and a low task achievement score is, did you talk about what the question asked you to talk about? When you developed your ideas, did you develop your ideas in relation to the question, or did you go kind of steer off topic? It's very easy to happen, but that's essentially how you get a low task achievement score. It's not answering the question that you were asked. That's essentially what task achievement is about. Rohit, hello, sir. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have you here. No, sir, I've got feedback. Okay, no problem, Gaurav. I realized that I'm just so far behind on the comments, I can't keep up. But no problem. I understand exactly, Gaurav. No problem at all. If companies manufacture both expensive and durable goods, then people's demand would be lesser, so the utilization of that... No, this isn't what the question's about. So this is what I was saying to Mercy just a second ago, is you can't just take the main topic of the question and talk about it in general. You've been asked a specific question and you have to answer that. So sure, I mean, I actually agree with you that manufacturing both expensive and durable goods is a better option, but we haven't been presented with that as an option. We've been asked basically what we have up here. Should it be expensive products that last a long time or cheap products that are affordable to everyone? Those are the only two options we have. So, I mean, I think we would all agree with you that this would be a better option, but it's not an option we were given. So you're given option A and B, and you've gone with option C. That's not something that will get you a good score, because then you're not responding to the question. So you've been told, do you think A or B are better? And you said, I think C is better. And that doesn't answer the question. Jamshid, if products are expensive enough, this may make most people use them carefully. Yep, which decreases consumerism. What we wanted to talk about in the environment. Leslie, people who prefer expensive products want to protect the environment. Nowadays, most people choose to buy expensive products because most of the market sells it with an excellent marketing label that promotes environmental friendly. Most expensive products are being used by well-known promoters that influence people to buy the product because they encourage customers that the expensive products are environmentally friendly. No. We're not saying that the environmental products are we're not saying that the expensive products are environmentally friendly. We're saying that the expensive products last longer, and because they last longer, that's better for the environment. So we had this twice. We had it, somebody saying that, they're made of eco-friendly materials, but we don't know that. We don't know that the products themselves are environmentally friendly. What we know is that they last longer. So we're trying to explain that, by lasting longer, that makes them more environmentally friendly. Let's take a look. Let's jump in. Let me write a paragraph for this here. Okay. So let's say something like this. I like to take the responses from the students, but today we're not really getting that. So I'll just write one paragraph to give you an idea of what we're looking for. So okay, so there's my topic sentence. I'm making this off the top of my head, by the way. So, for example, since Samsung has improved the durability of their phones, they are now responsible for a lower percentage of garbage being produced in many nations. Something like that. Okay. So that's basically what we would be looking for, something along the lines of this. Then, of course, we would need to go back. We would need to do the same thing for the next idea. We would write a paragraph about that, and then we would write a paragraph about the third idea. So that's essentially what we would be looking for. If anything, I think this might be a little bit long. 75 words might be a bit much. So 75 times 3. Yeah, not too bad. A small bit too long, but not ridiculously so. And that's essentially what we would do. So we paraphrased the question. We thought of our 3 main ideas and use those main ideas to support the first view, support the second view, and support our opinion. Then we had 1 body paragraph about the first view. We did not write, but we would need to write another body paragraph about the second view and another about our opinion. Then, of course, finish with the conclusion. We do need to wrap it up there. Like I said, I have other lessons that I need to get to, but let me just have a quick look, see if there are any questions here. Sir, how can we put the example in the paragraph if the length of the essay is not increasing? So just like I did there, like I don't know anything about Samsung's production or that type of waste, but just give an example of some product becoming more durable and resulting in less rubbish. That's all you would need to do. Okay, if we overlook, Gaurav, if we overlook the long lasting of expensive products in our development of the idea, is it okay? No. No, that's the key element, is the fact that they're expensive and last longer. So that's you if you ignore that, you wouldn't be responding to the question. So you definitely need to address that. Sir, would you show me question again? Absolutely. There you go. This lesson is also recorded, so there will be a recording on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page in about 2 minutes. Shiny, you're very, very welcome. Okay, so that's essentially it for today. Good work from most of you. The main thing to learn from this lesson is, like, I've shown you mistakes that you made. Even if you're watching the recording, you will still be making similar mistakes to the other students that we discussed. So learn from your mistakes. You made a mistake. It's not like, oh, I made a mistake. Well, that's a pity. It's not a pity. That's a piece of information you can use to improve your scores. So you've made a mistake. Make sure you don't make that mistake again. That's what will get you a higher score. Like when I'm working at the students on my course, like all I talk about is their mistakes. This is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. This is how you improve it. Go and improve it. So that's the key. The key to improving your score is finding these mistakes. So don't be disappointed if you made a mistake. Don't feel like you're not able to do it. You now know what mistake you're making. You now know what you need to do to improve your score. So, make sure that you benefit from that, and that'll get you the scores you need. So, like I said, my live feedback lesson, I have one tomorrow. So if you haven't already signed up, go ahead and I'll see you tomorrow. The link is in the video description. If I don't see you there, I'll be back here next Tuesday with another live stream. So that's it. And talk to you guys either tomorrow or next week. Bye-bye for now.